Hi everyone, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs. It's originally created for Wednesday the 21st of June. It's not solely set for that date though. If you're seeing it on a different date and it makes sense to your situation, by all means utilize it. I believe that readings have a way of finding us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using during the reading, how to contact me via social media. If you want a private reading, you can either reach out to my Instagram or my Facebook business page. Know that I will never initiate the sale of a reading, so I'll never approach you to try and sell you a reading. If somebody tries to, it's not me, so you always have to initiate that conversation. You can also find my Patreon link there and subscribe to the Patreon if you want to see the video a day early. Other ways of supporting the channel: hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put new content, which is daily. Share the video out, let your friends and family know about me, and leave me a question or comment, especially if you're new. Just say hello, because I want to welcome you. But I do read all the comments and will respond if I see fit. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the Sunday reading. It's another layer underneath this reading that is kind of at work in the background, or like an overall theme for the week. So if you hear me referencing cards you don't see here in the reading, I'm usually referencing back to that Sunday reading. So that populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know today. I woke up with the worst headache this morning, you guys. I'm not sure if I'm getting sick. I don't know. I can hear it in my voice. I just am not feeling quite so right. So we'll see how this reading goes. All right, our card for the day is the Guide of Pentacles. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. I love that he's an angel. Knight of Pentacles, it's interesting because yesterday we had the Nine of Pentacles, now we have the Knight of Pentacles. I get this sense, and we also saw a fair amount of Pentacles in the Sunday reading. I believe we ended with the Two of Pentacles. No, yesterday we had the Two of Pentacles. We had the King of Pentacles is what we ended up on this week, and in the Sunday reading. Underpinning this, since we're at the midweek, is the Star's energy. So I suspect that there's a calming effect coming over us, a steadiness, a regrounding, a reestablishing of where we want to go, how we want to be, what we want to do. And I feel like even though this is Pentacles, because he's got these big, beautiful angel wings, I feel like it's our 3D world and our spirit somewhat aligning together to create something new for ourselves. Knights oftentimes bring messages with them. And so this could be a message about a change around a relationship, a work situation, how we make our money, even just simple changes around our home, anything that has to do with the 3D world. We're ready to take those changes on, and we're ready to take action on them. We will think it through though, always with the Knight of Pentacles. I always think of him as being slower, discerning, not taking any swift, quick action, being very methodical. And so with the Star's presence underneath this, we are listening to the more subtle internal voices of ourselves and making decisions on how to better our situation to a degree that works for us. And then we're taking, very next right steps towards that with the Knight of Pentacles being here. He's very much a very stable energy. So I like him being here with the Star, because we should find not only peace from that Star and even internal healing, but we should also find a way to almost steady it out, or really ground it into reality with the Knight of Pentacles showing up today. Like productive work, taking the healing of the Star and really owning it at a more visceral 3D level, and then putting that healing or that inspiration to good use and good work through the things we focus on, the attention we give to things, what decisions we make around them. And I think that these decisions will be solid. They will be, stable, profound, grounded, all of that with this Knight of Pentacles here. And also, the angel sort of energy to it definitely gives me this idea of spirit guiding us or leading us in the right direction, even if it's our own higher self that is this angel coming in and talking to us. If we find ourselves questioning certain things or going like, is this really right for me? Now's the time to make those questions or have those questions, ask those questions, and then begin to turn yourself towards the direction which is right for you. Let's go to the Modern Nirvana Oracle. Oh, this is new. Partnership. There's definitely a balance between these two women. I really like it, even though they're very different. I don't know why, but I almost get this sense of like a little bit of shadow work because we have the one girl in the red dress and the other girl in the black. It's like the light and the shadow. They're surrounded by that moon, which is the feminine intuition. We might be finding some level of deepening the partnership within ourselves or what we need by telling ourselves certain truths, or realizing certain truths. That could be the message that comes in with this Knight of Pentacles. But we're ready to like face it head on, do the work, maintain the balance, work in tandem with the things that maybe have given us struggle, doubt, fear, whatever that may have been, however that manifests for you. Here it looks like both aspects of ourselves, light and dark, are being embraced and honored in a fair kind of reciprocated way, right? We have that respect stone underpinning all of this week. So maybe some of us are going to a little bit of a place of darker depths within who we are and what we want, and coming into alignment with that or partnership with that, into acceptance of that, to understand that both sides of who we are, light, dark, good, bad, or otherwise, are all needed and all serve a purpose, right? Let me read you partnership. All right, partnership. Love conquers all. Let us too surrender to love. Virgil. To be in partnership is to be in union, but it requires clear communication, clear communication and patience. The Knight of Pentacles would be very patient, guys. Partnerships can exist in a multitude of ways. Are you being the best partner to yourself right now? Are you being the best partner to your loved ones, to your family, to your business acquaintances? This card is asking you to meditate on what kind of responsibility you are taking in regards to how you are showing up as a partner. You are being led to reflect on partnership because there might be something that you are seeking an answer for that requires more commitment. Be committed to being a better partner to yourself and to those around you, and watch your relationships blossom. The mantra is, I commit to honesty, humility, and being the best partner that I can be. I really get this sense of like these two women is this idea of loving both aspects of ourselves. Light and dark, good and bad, right and wrong, and embracing both. It does feel like shadow worky to me, and I think that when we embrace that, when we get in touch with that, when we don't run from it, it actually can empower us and balance us out. And that's really the feeling that I'm getting here. Certainly this can be about your outside partnerships in life, but I think that those partnerships can be reflections of how we are partnered within our own psyche, with our own self, our own ideas. And I think today is a day to be steady with this blessing of the Knight of Pentacles, this sort of angel energy that's coming in to allow us to get in touch with those, I don't know, like darker sides of ourselves, or things that we might find to be embarrassing, or that we might be ashamed of. But there's no shame in these two women. They're standing there staring us directly in the face, saying, like, we know who we are, we accept who we are, and in that acceptance we build this strong partnership within ourselves to be able to move forward steadily, swiftly, intelligently, right? Because we have an awareness of all aspects of who we are and how we are in partnership, not only with ourselves but with others. Let's go to the clarifiers. We have the Knight of Wands, Sagittarian energy. We have the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. I think that we're putting to bed. Remember earlier in the week, I think we started it off on the Sunday reading with the Nine of Swords. The Ten of Swords is this idea of coming to an end with it for all parties involved. Whatever our thoughts are, our communications are, whatever we've been miscommunicating or not feeling like we've been heard, I think now is the time to let those things go, die, end. If it's any sort of resentments or, unheard communication, I think now is the time for us to release it and let it go. The Knight of Wands would be about, moving forward and taking quick, swift action. And the Nine of Pentacles the Nine of Cups brings us to this sense of, like, emotional completeness for ourselves. And so I almost get a feeling that this reading is more focused on us and what we do for ourselves today and how we balance our own internal, I don't know if conflicts is the right word, but our internal aspects of ourselves, good and bad, and how we assimilate them, adapt them, and make them work for us, and no longer allow them the opportunity to hold us back through fear, intimidation, shame, all of that. To me, that's all of the Ten of Swords. It's like we're tired, we're done, we've tried to look at this from every angle and it hasn't been working. So now it's about what does make us feel good. How do we take action towards getting there? And as we get there, we start to see this Nine of Cups feeling of self-satisfaction, a sense of belief in oneself that honestly no one else can provide to us other than ourselves. The other interesting thing I'll say about this is we have two knights on the board, which is kind of cool. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So there is this service, loyalty, duty involved in these knights and in this reading. Like, we almost owe it to ourselves to do this work, to clear away the negative thinking, to clear away the or false perceptions of others that are like these swords sticking in that person's back. It's time to reemerge, understanding who we are and how we are within either our outside relationships or even with the relationship to the self. Ultimately, it brings us to this Nine of Cups, which to me feels like a fulfillment, a place that we've been seeking maybe for a little while, and now we're actually able to get there through doing the work. It's not always easy work. We have to, looking at ourselves and really taking inventory isn't always the easiest thing to do. But both the knights are up for that, and they're not going to lead us in the wrong direction, if that makes sense. So the grounding stone for the day is last week's grounding stone, which was learn, and it is on rose quartz, which is the heart chakra, which is kind of like the pink backdrop here and the pink up here. There is this idea of learning about who we are, what we want, what we say, how we communicate it. Is it in alignment to, what our desires are? Or are we communicating or acting in a certain way that, like, maybe even betrays us to a degree? Learning about that, letting that go, separating ourselves from that brings us the forward movement of the Knight of Wands, but also the emotional fulfillment of the Nine of Cups. It strengthens, like, ourselves and our bond to ourselves, and then from there our relationships also strengthen, right? Because we're allowing ourselves to be seen a little bit more truly, or from a more real perspective, so people can, like, validate or rely upon more aspects of who we are than maybe they have in the past, or maybe than what we've shown them in the past, if that makes sense. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. Today is like, I get that distinct impression that today is a day of, and especially with the star underpinning this too, is like today is the day to do the inner work, explore how we feel, what we communicate, what we think, and start to settle it, bring it into balance, bring it into partnership, and then allow that healing energy of the star to kind of wash over us and set us on sort of like a new path, or a new way of perceiving who we are or how we are in our relationships, that's going to suit us, that's going to benefit us, that's going to be empowering. And you know, when we see who we are, we have dealt with the things about ourselves that we don't necessarily like. It really doesn't matter if other people see it at that point, because we know about it, we're aware of it, it's our own. I hope that makes sense. That's your reading for the day. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll see how this energy changes. Take care.